Howdy hey everybody, it is I, Bon Rye the Cyber, and welcome to another episode of Mario Party Superstars Horrorland with Luna.
Hello.
Retro.
Hey yo, what up?
And Mellow Matt.
Pay attention.
Alright, we left off at Hide and Sneak with me as the 1 and them as the 3. Let's see how well we do. Because I am 3 coins away from getting the star. I just have to beat Luna there.
Oh, what? I thought I hit a button.
Oh, someone didn't push a
I
button.
swear. Maybe I pressed it too late. That's probably the problem.
Oh,
Oop. Oh, now it's all up to the whims of fate.
Alright, I got a 50-50 shot at this.
Luna with the carry. Wonderful.
I just mashed the buttons on that last one. It's like, I'll just leave it up to fate.
I was trying so hard to pre-predict you, so like since you moved over to the bush, I thought before the curtain, I thought you were gonna be at the house after that.
I mean, that would be a smart play to do.
Let's go.
I'm sure there has to have been some times where that play has worked in the past in someone's game somewhere out there.
Call again. I've got 2 chomp calls.
Luigi time.
Yeah, let's go with double dice.
Well, I'll at least give it pretty close.
Well, that depends on how I roll.
You rolled decently.
14.
Yeah, it's like if you rolled decently.
14. You got...
It says 24, so the double dice was not going to get you there no matter what.
Yeah.
But about halfway.
But the real question is, am I living on a prayer?
I used to love that song back in like
Gotta
junior high.
on to what we've got. Yeah, I listened to a lot of Bon Jovi on the radio growing up.
Yeah, I used to listen to quite a bit of Bon Jovi, a little bit of Queen as a kid, a little bit of the Beatles.
I had a lot of Journey because you had the Journey's greatest hits
Yeah.
CD.
I think I want to pass on an item for now.
Yeah.
Toy that my sister and I used to have. Might still have it. It's like a little toy radio that had chips tied to it, and it would play like 10 seconds of songs. What's it called? I thought it was called Chip Tunes. I don't remember what it was actually called.
I mean, it's not likely, but they're inexpensive. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Yes.
Oh!
And you
Oh,
got doubles.
Luckies.
So you got 10
fortunate.
coins.
So yeah, that's
Nice.
not lucky sevens, but yeah, still 10 coins.
That's worth the concussion that Mario's incurring with the coins landing on his head.
I mean, if coins are anything like the coins that exist in real life, imagine it might cause mild pain. But considering how thick they are, yeah, it's gonna do quite a bit of damage.
Here it is. I found it. Hit clips. That's what it was called.
Hit clips.
Mello gets the first star of the game.
5 turns in. Which, I mean, pretty good lead so far.
Star location is...
I have to press A. My bad.
Oh, you have to press A because it's still
Yeah.
your turn.
Up there by the mansion. Yeah, the star's right here.
Hey, that's my mansion up there. I wonder if Egad is in there.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that I love to listen to. I actually love to watch people who put the Ghostbusters theme over Luigi's Mansion.
That's an interesting mashup.
I mean, it fits. It fits perfectly. Every time that I tell people about Luigi's Mansion who have no idea that it actually was a game, I just refer to it as Super Mario Ghostbusters. And that just basically gets people's like, oh, okay, now I kind of know.
I mean, it's not wrong.
To be fair, if there is something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call but Ghostbusters? I don't know why, but like, talking about Ghostbusters reminds me of like this weird version of the Ghostbusters theme. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this artist called Neil Cicierega before, but there's a version that they made called Bustin'. I ain't praying no bed. I ain't praying no sleep.
Reminds me of the song Busted from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about too.
That's a banger. I love it.
I remember that Ain't Got Rhythm was one of 3 songs that got nominated from an Emmy for that show. I don't know what the other 2 are.
Phineas and Ferb came out, I think, when I was in middle to high school, and I think I felt as though I had outgrown it at that point in time, so I never really got
Yeah,
into
bonus
it.
minigame.
No, I
But
get
then,
that.
I learned much more about it once I became a teacher, and I'm like, oh my god, this is quality entertainment. I like this. So I binged like the first half of the first season one summer a few years ago. Such a fantastic show. I had a similar experience with Gravity Falls, actually. Gravity Falls is crazy good. I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's genuinely one of the best cartoons ever you put on television.
I have never met anybody who did not like Gravity Falls.
Right, who...
I think it was...
What is it?
Hello.
It's off the screen.
Hi.
So
Okay.
it's a tie.
My foot.
I am standing on the
Yeah.
podium!
I like how only my foot showed up.
That is
Yeah, I'm just kinda sitting in the
of
back.
the highest caliber. Good lord, dude. Come on.
That's a bummer, because that was double coins, too.
Yeah.
My foot being the only thing that was showing it kind of gave me like Mike Wazowski vibes.
Still turn night today again.
Whoa! Suddenly night turned into day. Wait. One. What is this?
I've also been binge watching Kim Possible again.
Custom. I'm gonna have to get rid of something. And let's get rid of the mushroom. I'm sorry, mushroom. I'll make sure to put you on pizza the next time I make pizza.
I love mushrooms.
I love mushrooms on pizza. I like mushrooms a lot in general, though.
Yeah, out of all the food groups, fruit is actually where I'm the most picky. So I was picky when it came to eating until I was like maybe about 9 or 10 years old, and then up until now, even then, I will eat just about anything.
I myself am not really a super picky eater overall. I think the only things I really didn't eat a lot as a kid was applesauce and cottage cheese, but that was more of like a texture thing.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's me with pudding and Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, applesauce like felt a bit too slimy, and then cottage cheese felt a bit chunky and slimy at the same time. So like I was like, ugh, no. Like I'm sure it's good, but like I just, for whatever reason, I could never like it.
Whenever the subject of pudding comes up with my family, my mom tells the story about how when I was in elementary school, after like a couple of weeks, I would just give my pudding to whoever, because my mom would just pack me pudding, and I started to hate it, so I passed it to someone else. And she did not know until one of the teachers brought it up, where like I just didn't eat it at all. And then she asked me, "Why aren't you eating your pudding?" And I'm like, "I don't like it." And she's like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And I'm like, and I don't, like, I remember her putting it in my lunch and me not liking it, but I could have sworn that I, at the very least, half-handedly said, I don't like it.
I knew I was one space short, but I decided to take this route anyway. Figured there was a chance that I'd still be okay. Not a particularly good one, but it's still a chance.
Sometimes you gotta go with what you gotta go with, you know?
I figured you'd use the double dice here
depends on how the
anyway.
show goes, and if I don't make it run, I can always chomp call. Wow, I got exactly enough.
Yeah, you got just enough.
Beautiful.
Well, at least
I was also hoping that the Womp was on the other side. I was thinking, maybe if the Womp's in the right spot, I can use a darkness lamp to bar Luna, but nope, they stand on the wrong side, and I'm like, oh, that could have been brilliant!
yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, unlike in the original game, the womps don't move when you take the other path, so...
Yeah, that's the only thing I miss. Because in Superstars, because the Womps don't move when you take the opposing path and then block the path you had just taken, the same path gets taken over and over again a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Well, you get much more pathway differences in Mario Party 2, so I preferred it then.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's also a lot harder to get to King Boo in Mario Party 2 because you can only hold one item.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah, I remember that, actually. Wasn't it Mario Party 3 that introduced 3 items?
It was 3 that let you start carrying 3
Yeah.
items. Start.
2 was the first game that let you carry any items, period.
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing this game get called Focus, because I think, wasn't it originally called Roll Out the Barrels?
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember stuff.
It was Pirate Land's item minigame.
Yeah, that was Pirate Land's item minigame.
Yeah, you did
all
the-
the item games were associated with each board.
Yeah, you had the water in the
Some were
background and you
better
were on
than
a
others.
pier. It was such great visual design.
Goes
Now
up.
it's a bit generic, but they kind of had to in order to make the minigames quick.
Alright.
Oh, another one.
Yep. Oh yeah, this one's kind of iffy to do. The platforming's kind of...
Yeah, it's finicky.
I was a lot better at this in Mario Party 6 than I am here.
Yeah. Also, you only get the day version of it
Yeah, you don't
here.
get the night.
There was also a night version where you fell down.
It would have been a very clever reference, but it would have been extremely underutilized. There's only one quote-unquote night orb.
I cannot.
Yeah.
And it is facing and technically counts as
I would have
night.
liked if it were like just a chance of it being either one or the other, but
Do this.
only so much you can do.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
you're very
it's
floaty.
Like, yeah, the platforming on this is very floaty.
The only time I like floating
Yeah.
controls is in Galaxy 1.
I only got 39
I
yards.
stumbled on that so many
Mello
times.
crushed us there.
Yeah, Mello just crushes us in a lot of games.
And that could have been a lot worse too. I stumbled so many times on that. I should have clipped 100.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, the barrel minigame actually reminds me of something I was bored and researching just for the heck of it. So soy sauce. Kind of a random subject to bring up, but one of the things that I've looked at is that the way that that traditional soy sauce is actually made, they use most people actually use wooden barrels because barrels, like the wooden barrels, actually have leftover alcohol that was stored in it or something, and
So they use like things for like the same kind of barrels they would like put sake in or something.
yeah,
Or
they would put
now it's night.
like leftover sake that's still stuck to the wood. And when they make soy sauce, that leftover sake or whatever was left over on the wood actually seeps into the soy sauce. That's what gives it its distinctive flavor in part.
Mario time.
Interesting. It does make sense.
Yeah, it's
There's a lot of fermented things out there, so.
I mean, hey, sometimes it helps to ferment stuff. Or so I've heard anyway.
yeah, it's kind of the same way as when you like drink a Coca-Cola out of a metal can. How when you drink it, it tastes very metallic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why some people like prefer it in glass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same with beer.
Yeah, I could see that being the case for beer.
Here we go.
Man, whoever lands on the bank space is gonna be rolling in the monies.
It's still not as high as it got last game. It was like in the
Oh
40s.
yeah. Who landed on that anyway? Right.
Yeah, it was Luna.
I landed on it twice.
Man, are we ever gonna get like a 2v2?
Become Havoc.
Oh, this game.
This one.
Oh yeah, I am no good at being strategic in this game.
Oh, right.
I
Well,
just
the good news for
roll
you
with
is
it.
that this game cannot be reliably won in the 4-player and 3-player stage. There is a strategy when there are 2 left, but when there's 3 or 4,
Yeah,
the others can just gang up on the person if they're cooperative and strategic about that. So, yeah, if you guys know how, you can basically force me to lose. Whoop.
I did it.
I pressed the home button by mistake and that was almost disastrous.
Oh, that will have ended so poorly.
9. This actually is not a good spot. Time, huh?
Well, it was nice knowing you all. I shall accept my fate. Goodbye, cruel world.
Again, since it's fruit, I don't like strawberries. I could care less
Neither do
about
I.
grapes, but I'll eat them. I don't really like pineapple.
Pineapple's alright. Hot take though. Grill it before you put it on a pizza. It's actually pretty good.
Alright, I've won. GG, guys.
Well,
Yeah, you probably got.
at least I got coins out of this. I've been getting nothing.
Yes, yeah, because you move second, so you probably will win whatever, no matter what I click. So you get the advantage.
Not necessarily the fact that I moved second, it's the fact that it was your turn when there was a multiple of 3 fruits remaining.
Yeah, you could have used it to your advantage to try to, turn it into your favor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, there were 9 fruits after the second honeycomb. If there were 10, then Luna would have had the advantage, but there were 9, so it was mine.
Yes, it's like I figured it out from looking at them.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, numbers are a thing.
I learned a different variant of this game by watching a math-related TV program on PBS Kids called Cyber Chase. It was a variant where you had to take...
That's an old cut.
Yeah, it was the variant on Cyber Chase is that you could take up to 3 at a time rather than up to 2. So it was actually a slightly more complicated variant. And when I learned it, and I learned the pattern for all different numbers that you could possibly take, every time you play that game, my brother is like, darn you, Cyber Chase.
God dang it.
I didn't see that. I basically saw that kind of game in a Professor Layton game, though. There's a puzzle where you basically have to take 2.
Yeah, it's a very
And then
famous
there's the same
puzzle.
and then there's a game like that in Super Mario RPG in one of the puzzle rooms where you pick.
Well, I'm not actually there yet, so don't spoil too much. But yeah,
Flip 3 coins, and we'll consider letting you in.
it's actually a bit.
I forgot you were playing Super Mario RPG. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I started it around Christmas time, and I've gotten about I think I'm maybe halfway through it, judging from. I'm using a Let's Play as kind of a completion guide, and I think I'm about halfway through. I just finished the pirate ship. Anyway,
So you're pretty
that
far
game.
along, actually. So you're pretty far along then, actually, because the pirate ship's like the 5th star, I think.
Yes, it was the 5th.
Hey, not
Yeah.
bad.
Anyway, the game in question,
It's
the
not
one
a
where you
long.
have to
It's not a long game, at least.
yeah, the game where you have to pick out things or you don't take the last one. That's actually a very famous game among mathematicians, and it's called the game of Nim.
Mario time.
And the variant that we see in Honeycomb Havoc is like a simplified variant. There's more to the game of Nim. I don't quite know exactly what off the top of my head, but there's all sorts of interesting strategies you can do in game theory with it. Okay, where am I? What's going on here?
It's daytime because I decided to have a party.
Yeah, it's it makes it Banrai right in front of King Boo. It made sense to turn it today.
Yeah, I was like, party, 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 we're going to have a party. We need to have a party. Gonna have a party now.
I feel like I should know that reference.
Andrew WK. I think
I've heard the name, but
the song got used in a Helsing Ultimate Abridged series on YouTube somewhere.
When I think of bridged, I think of that Superstore bit that they did at one point from.
Here we go.
My favorite variant of that was when they did it for Undertale, so it was Sans and Papyrus, because unlike most people who would basically just take the audio and just put other characters over it, the person for this, the video is called Super, by the way, like soup and then
Yeah.
word super. They actually made it into an entire animatic. Which I was like, this fits way better, in my opinion.
Hey, I need your help with something. I can't right now, I'm fine. I'm on clothes. Well, can I hurry it up?
Yeah.
I can't, there's only soup.
Yeah.
You're getting clothes at the soup store.
Oh, hurry up, hurry clothes at the
It
soup
means
store.
there's only soup.
Well, then get out of the soup pile. Okay, you don't have to shout at
Alright,
me.
you don't have to shout at me.
There's more soup.
There's still soup! What do you mean there's more soup?
I mean, there's more
Dungeon
soup.
Duos, one of my
Dungeon
favorite two-player
Duos.
minigames.
Dungeon Duos. Oh, I don't think I've
I
played
remember-
this.
I remember at the very beginning
It's a
of
mixture
when
of
Mario
button mashing and platforming.
Party Superstars had just released, and the very first time I played this game, I got extremely lucky on the pipes. I jumped in the
Oh,
first.
you got the lucky with the pipe layout?
Yeah, I jumped in the first pipe. My first pipe was the correct pipe on both times, and it got me a final time that was within like the top 250 in the world. Right now it's sitting around 2008 something.
I'm not very good at this platforming. I whiffed.
Yeah, the jump.
I
the
bungled
jump
that
look-
platform.
The jump
part way
looks
too
farther
many
than it
times.
actually is. Most people overshoot it.
Yeah. Button mash, button mash, button mash. Mashing the buttons. Come on. I want to jump over this thing. I really want to jump over this thing so bad. Yo, let me out!
Let me in!
It's like that Eric Andre show meme where it's like, let me out! And it's just like, let me out, let me out!
Oh, it's
Alright,
like,
jump on first and
that's
then I'll
platformer.
spin around.
It's trickier to.
Come on, I
Bon
jumped!
Roy, you good?
I jumped, and it didn't let me.
You good, Bon Roy?
There we go.
It's like, yeah, that's very twitchy.
Right. Oh no, I slippery shoes.
Listen to the pipe sound. Oh wait, no, never mind. It uses the same sound.
Why? Why am I like this? Why am I like this?
Very
Why?
nice. Let's go.
Why am I like this? Alright, go.
Okay, I feel a little less bad.
We're not gonna make it, but try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't mess up,
So yeah, I feel a little less. I always flub that platforming part. It's
if
surprisingly
I
tricky.
didn't mess up that
Yeah,
part,
it's
we
the
probably
jump
would've
looks
been
a
fine.
lot farther than it actually is. It's so easy to overshoot.
Yeah.
It took me some tries to really get the hang of it.
Curse you, draw distance. And curse my eyesight. Why am I like this?
Uh-oh.
It is a question for the ages. Many a great philosopher and scholar have been debating this for like the past couple of decades. Disclaimer, no such philosopher or scholar has been doing this.
Luigi time.
Alright, it's my turn. 2. What are these dice rolls? in space, so they should turn it to nighttime.
Mario time! Oh yeah!
Yes. Come on.
Trust me, I've been feeling that pain for the past few dice rolls.
Oh, that's nice.
Customs.
Yeah, custom dice block's always pretty good.
Yeah.
Here we go!
Seven coins?
coins.
Not
I'm
bad.
having pizza as we speak. The quintessential Mario Party pizza.
I mean, if
And
you
it reminded me of a profanity-laden rant from Josh Scorcher about Mario Party the Top 100.
I'm ready! Alright!
Basically, he was talking about how incredibly quick and compartmentalized and streamlined Mario Party was, and he says Mario Party's not supposed to go fast. Mario Party's supposed to be a game where you lie down on the couch, order some pizza, get yourself some drinks,
On.
and you play some freaking Mario Party. We're not just here to play, we're just gonna play for 10 minutes. We lay down, we get some pizza, and we play some freaking Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party rounds are supposed to last a while. That's kind of what makes it, I guess, charming
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, you're in this
Why
game
was
for the long
delayed?
haul. Jeez.
Like, I get one to like make it feel fast, but like at the same time, it's a party game, you know?
Oh my god, the lag. So much lag, Jesus.
I know.
can't believe I didn't
That's what
die.
I'm saying.
Get ahead of this.
Also, science fact, blue fire is actually hotter than red fire, so they actually just cooled themselves off.
Oh yeah!
I
Yeah.
think the reason why
Kinda
it goes from blue to
counterintuitive,
red
but-
flame is because it wants to be like more intimidating and be
I
like,
guess there's some
you know,
input.
the challenge has increased or something.
Yeah. The very first night I owned Mario Party Superstars, I played Hot Rope Jump, and then I immediately went to go play the Endurance version as soon as I heard there was one. So, I actually got, without the presence of lag, I actually got 323 jumps the very first time I played Endless Hot Rope Jump. And it put me at like 124th in the entire world at the time. Although now, of course, it's like I'm a few thousand spots down. There are actually people who are nuts enough to play that game to 9,999 jumps. It takes like a couple hours to do.
Now I get 3 more coins.
Yeah, I'm not that patient.
300 something is actually
Yeah,
pretty impressive though.
especially if you're playing docked.
Luigi
So if
time!
you're playing docked a game that's twitchy like that,
Yeah,
the
but
input lag on the Pro Controller is very noticeable.
yeah,
I could not beat the volleyball game or the jump rope game in Mario Odyssey until I played handheld.
So I'm 7 spaces away from the star. And if you remember, custom dice block.
Yeah!
Now, that's the way to guarantee it because you could still flub it with the double dice, technically.
I don't remember
Okay,
when
that's
this pattern starts, but when you play Hot Rope Jump, there eventually comes a point where the rope becomes very predictable. It just alternates between very slow for a few jumps and then very fast for a few jumps, and it never seems to stop alternating between the two after a while. I think that started at for around like 70 something, maybe 100, but it just kept doing that over and over and over. And there just came a point where I lost focus and I just panic jumped for like 7 jumps in a row before I finally slipped up. Oh, I distinctly remember the feeling of just like losing my focus, and I'm like, I have no clue what's going on, I'm just panic jumping for like 7 consecutive jumps before I finally died.
7 panic jumps in a row is still pretty decent, all things considered. Okay, fine, I'll pay the bank the monies. You're welcome, Koopa Troopa. Ooh. I think I'll pass. Ooh, nice.
Yes.
It's a pretty nice coin
Nice.
bonus.
Mario
Chef's
time.
kiss.
It's a Mario time.
star.
I kind of wish I could have done this board during Halloween because it feels more fitting. Or at the very least,
Yeah, it is thematically fitting.
or at the very least, do it in August because then I know that like Halloween in August is a thing for like camps. I've heard of like Halloween in August and then Christmas in July. Hoping to avoid that.
Yeah, that was the way to do it.
Now I'm trying to think of how that one Blink 182 song goes.
Oh yeah.
Just me and all my references, because me.
Yeah. Yeah, and whenever I think about Christmas in July, I always remember Cartoon Network once had a Christmas in July marathon for like several of their TV shows, including Garfield. The Garfield show ended up having all their Christmas episodes showcase, and I'm like, what the heck is Christmas in July? And then it wasn't until like several years later when I heard from someone who actually like worked at a camp on YouTube. He's like, yeah, Christmas in July is actually a thing, just so that way kids can celebrate these holidays with their friends at camp, even if it's out of season.
Oh, we suddenly turned to day.
Whoa, dude, it's pretty cool, man. It's kind of wild how we can like.
Pretty cool that we're absolutely screwing with astronomy and physics, and we're probably destroying the ecosystem as we know it.
Yeah, almost everything here is dead anyway. The only thing that really makes sense that it's alive is grass.
It's like that one bit from Thor Ragnarok where it's like, oh yeah, nothing makes sense here. The only thing that does make sense is that nothing makes sense.
Goomba spotting.
Oh, I think I remember this from 9,
Alright.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, I think we're gonna end it off here, and
Oh, whoops. Yeah, right. Yeah, I already pushed start, but yeah, as long as we don't continue.
alright, yeah, and we'll continue this next time. See you guys then. Check you later.